Ja, das ist irgendwie zu viel überlappender Ton. Irgendwie klingt das bei mir sehr rauschig. Oh, auch die hohen Töne, dann, wenn die da reinkommen. Das klingt nicht schön abgemischt. Oder es liegt wirklich an meinem Rechner. Aber das habe ich eigentlich noch nie wirklich so durchsetzen. Ich hoffe, ihr hört das nicht. Oh, da sind wir schon. Wir kommen definitiv näher.
I saw fields of corpses, flags planted in the ground and burning. I saw millions gathered at a black stone, like ants, on their knees, while the world burned around them. They did nothing but hope. I had always thought that hope was a good thing, but it blinded them to the truth. I saw a young mother looking up to the sky, shielding her infant from the sun. Her tears were the only water I saw.
Es gibt auf jeden Fall eine Menge unsichtbare Mauern. Das ist eine Menge. Wir wissen es nicht, aber einige bin ich hier schon reingenommen.
After the burning came winter, an eternal winter that locked the remaining life in its grip. All fell silent. A great hush was cast upon all that had passed before. Their world became a frozen tomb. There were none to witness the snows fall, none to catch the gleam of light prism through a single snowflake, none to hum a sad tune for the fallen. None to ever witness beauty again, though beauty remained. The thought makes me weep.
Okay, das klingt so, als wäre irgendein Punkt die Menschheit durch... Es klingt wie ein nuklearer Winter. Oder ähnliches. Oder Vulkanausbruch, der...
There is no greater love than to be remembered. It is the least I can do. It is the closest we may come to immortality. Perhaps that is what they sought, simply to never end. I can't blame them. The fear of death is great, fear of the great unknown, fear that the end is just the end of awareness and all sensation. It is impossible to imagine the absence of imagination, and so we tend to imagine something there, something beyond all ending.
So denke ich allerdings auch. Einfach die Möglichkeit nicht mehr zu haben, das Hier und Jetzt mitzubekommen, einfach weg zu sein. Scheint mir fast
I have traveled
eine
far along this path and begin to despair that it will ever end. What is the genie? I started with joy in my heart and reverence for spring, but now the cold terror and numb beauty of winter grips me. Spring seems impossible and feeble in comparison. Branches bare as bony hands are dull reminders of a season stirring deep in the blood. This is the time of longing, the stark contrast of white on white.
Sie selber fürchtet auch den Tod. Sie sieht, was bisher passiert ist und was alles der Menschheit geschehen ist.
What is spring compared to this madness of perfect and complete nothing? The truth is, winter never leaves us. It lives on in the damp, stony soil of spring's crippled rising. She is asleep in the dark roots, tremulous fingers that grope for the mystery of unknown warmth. She can make no promises of her return, though she sings in my blood like rain. It is winter, and we are only waiting.
Ich erinnere mich gerade daran, dass ich zu Anfang gesagt habe mit den Jahreszeiten. Ja, wir haben im Frühling fast auch im Winter, als der Winter zu Ende war, haben wir angefangen. Als der Frühling hochkam, bunte Gräser da
I have become
waren.
a study of pale shades, riddled into the frost, a scrying of ice on a brittle window. These are the days of extreme white, in bone-chilling blasts of frozen dawn. The sky itself groans in cyclopean cloud banks of funerary marble. Through the driven winds and ruptured stone, through this desolate failing of whirling winter, I feel the cold loneliness of the world. I cup my hands over my steaming mouth and try not to cry.
Ja, und wir haben den Winter erreicht. Das scheinbare Ende oder die scheinbare Abstinenz allen Lebens. Allerdings kommt nach dem Winter immer Frühling. Der Frühling wird auch
I
wie hier
started this
wiederkommen.
path with such hope in my heart, and now I feel only despair. What good is hope when life is full of heartache and loss? None may feel our joys or sorrows. We are truly alone in the world. What is the point of it all? It seems so senseless. I never asked to be alive, cast into life against my will, without a choice. It is a curse. My bare feet are bloodied and bruised from this journey. My only hope left is that it will soon end.
Sie ist gestraft, nicht rennen zu können, muss aber laufen, um es wieder zu erlangen.
I found no answers along the path, only more questions. What is the genie? What does it do? Who made it? And where is it from? I shall soon find out. Perhaps it will answer all my questions. I have considered that it may pose more questions than answers, and feel that somehow I already know the answers. And now I see.
Was sieht sie? Also was versteht sie? Kann sie sich schon vorstellen, wer der Genie ist oder was der Genie ist? Befinden wir uns jetzt gerade vorm Ende? Ja. Eine Maschine, so wie es aussieht.
There is no genie. Instead, I see the wizard that spoke to me in my dreams.
Ach, das ist
As I
ein
draw
Freund.
nearer, I can hear his voice again. That strange sound with unmoving lips that I can understand as words. Lula, he said, you have made it to the mountain of fire. Unfortunately, you have chosen to avoid your fears along the longest path. You have learned that there are no answers in this choice. In avoiding the darkness of your mind, you have succumbed to it. You, who started this journey with infinite potentiality, have since lost all hope. The path you have chosen is the longest path, and so the other wizard has preceded you here. He has taken the genie, and even now is at work to end this program. You will never walk again. Your mother, father, and Rofesso will cease to be, and the world as you know it will be gone forever. Program? I wondered. I don't understand. I began to cry. What is the genie? I needed to know. The genie, he explained, is a computational construct, what we call a processor. As an operating administrator, I have introduced a packet of data into the genie. It arranges the data into information that runs a program. This program is called Lula. Your first moment of being was just before you chose the path. You see, Lula, he continued, this world and everything in it, all your memories and dreams, your mother and father, have all been created by you. You have arranged the data into a stream of consciousness that seems real to you. The other wizard, as you think of it, is a bug in the system. Since you chose the longest path, he has had time to corrupt the data, and so now the program must end. Without hope for this world, you are incapable of verifying the data. Thank you for this learning experience. The grass bracelet my father made came unbound from my wrist and fell to the ground. I saw all the world fading before me, the memory of my mother and father slipping away. Myself, a light dimming in the darkness and flickering out. Sorrow overwhelmed me as the wizard said, "Goodbye, Lula. Terminating function. End program." Then, silence. Nothingness gaped before me. My final thought, regret. I would have had a story to tell. It would have begun. Once upon a time.
Gut. Ja, wir haben uns scheinbar für den, in Anführungszeichen, falschen Pfad entschieden. Den langen Pfad. Ich bin allerdings nicht wie die Hauptperson oder das Programm, in dem Fall jetzt Lula, wirklich traurig drüber. Wir das schon vorher... Ich meine, wir haben trotzdem eine Menge erfahren. Eine Menge Text. Das alles irgendwann noch endet. Auf die eine oder andere Art. Und ich finde, wir haben die Entscheidung von Anfang an getroffen und das ist die Konsequenz. Und ich finde, es ist okay. Ich bin absolut nicht traurig, dass wir nicht den anderen Weg gegangen sind. Es wäre natürlich interessant zu sehen, was da war. Aber es war trotzdem eine schöne Erfahrung. Ja. Vielleicht, ich weiß nicht, wird ja wahrscheinlich dann kürzer sein, werde ich vielleicht mit den anderen auch mal spielen. Oder vielleicht auch mal als Let's Adventure hier hochladen. Ich überlege mir das nochmal. Gut. Alles klar. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Ich bin Noxxrogg von Adventure Gaming und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns im nächsten Let's Adventure.